sa atong gipaminaw nga mga pagpulong sa Ginoo, gipahinumduman kita og maayo gayud. Una, sa unang pagbasa, miingon si Santiago, labaw sa tanan mga igsuon, ayaw kamo panumpa kun manaad kamo. Mao na iyang ingon. Karon kay panahon man sa kampanya, makadungog tag a lot of promises. Because it's usual thing to happen when election comes. A lot of promises that we hear. But I don't know how many of those promises had been fulfilled when they come into power. So mao na karon nga usually minta nga promises are made to be broken. But that should not be. What you promise, you should fulfill. If you promise to these people that you do this, you are obliged to fulfill that. Because the authority of the people by voting you is given to you. In the Philippine Constitution, 1987 Constitution, the sovereignty lies on us. Lies on the people, the electorate, not in the elected officials, not in any military. Sa Philippine Constitution na, if we remember our Philippine Constitution, the sovereignty lies in the people, and to act in our behalf, we elect officials. So those elected by us, whoever they may be, they are only delegated by us to act on our behalf. Mao na siya ang sa Philippine Constitution. Now kung mao ni, nindot kay mamalandong tapan sa giingon ni Santiago, ayaw ka mo panumpa. Ayaw ka mo panumpa. I promise you to have this. I promise you to give this. I promise you to do this if you elect me. Something that we should be reflecting and discerning. Is this true or not? Pagkatapos, di sa itong ebanghelyo, nagisgot man si Jesus karon mahitungod sa kaminyoon. Nangutana kaniya ang mga Parisiyo, nagtugot ba nga itong balaod nga ang laki makabulag sa iyang asawa? Then Jesus asked them, what is written and commanded by Moses? Well, ingon si Moises nga pwede basta human sulatan sa lalaki o kanang kasulatan sa pakigbulag sa ang babae, pwede niya bulagan. Jesus redirected their thoughts to Genesis. Mingon si Jesus, gitugot ni Moises kaninyo, kay gahi man mug-o, dili lang ulo, tig-apod og kasing-kasing. Unya, mingon si Jesus, sa sinugdan, dili kini mao. Apan sa sinugdan. Ingon siya, gibuhat sa Dios ang lalaki ug babae, tungod niini mobiya ang lalaki sa iyang amahan ug inahan, og makikiusa sa iyang asawa, ug silang duha mahimo ng usa. Og giingon ni Jesus, tungod niini kinahanglan nga dili bulagon sa tao ang gihiusa sa Dios. Mo na iyang ingon. Kaya ang ilang hunahuna, pwede i-break. The law of the Lord is perpetual. The human law is temporal. So kung mauni, tanaw na to nga, kining kaminyoon di ay is a perpetual institution. Unya karon kay daghan may problema nga na-encounter sa kaminyoon, na ay battered wife, na ay battered husband, na ay kanang irresponsible husband, irresponsible wife, whatever. Along the way, na ay gitawag na to nga unfaithful husband, unfaithful wife, daghan kayong realities of marriage. Then there are bright people, lawmakers, nagpropose og divorce bill in the Philippines. Nagpropose nga bulagon, bungkagon ang kaning kaminyoon. The institution is excellent. Institution of marriage is excellent. But those who enter into married life is unprepared. They are unprepared. Kay many of those who entered into married life, they just entered because they wanted to have this, they wanted to have joy or pleasure. But married life is not just about pleasure. It is about sacrifices. It's about faithfulness. Mo na nga, it's easy for us to be unfaithful after the day of marriage, after the day of wedding. It's very easy for us to be unfaithful. Now, ang problema, dili ang institution of marriage. Ang problema, ang tao nga nisulod sa marriage. Busa, unsaon pagsulbad, bungkago nato ang marriage. Dili. Ang atong pakngan, ang magminyo. Mao nay atong sulbaron. Let us address the problem to the persons who enter into married life. Ang institution is okay. But those people entering the institution of marriage might not be ready. Tanaw na to, giyon sa nato pag-prepare ang atong mga kabataan o kaning mga gusto magminyo. Sige. Sa gobyerno, pila ba ka semana o pila ba ka adlaw ang seminar sa gusto magminyo? Oras ra. Sa simbahan, pila ba pod ka semana o pila ka adlaw ang pag-prepare sa gusto magminyo? O sa kaadlaw, ang ubang parokya, duha ka adlaw. What effect are you expecting after 1 day or 2 days of preparation for entering into a lifetime commitment? What effect are we expecting? Ang pari og ang kanang magminyo, duha ni ka sakramento nga gitawag sacrament of service to the community and sacrament of love. Ang pari i-prepare for 10 to 15 years. Ang magminyo i-prepare in 1 or 2 days. Can you see the discrepancy? And then we expect husband and wife to be faithful to one another without assisting them after marriage. Post-marriage program. Unsa may atong program after marriage? Naatay marriage enrichment seminar, it will happen after 5 years. Kung in less than 5 years nagka-problema na ang pamilya, nag-away na ang husband and wife, are we assisting them how to do conflict resolutions? Are we teaching them how to become good mother and good father? So, mo na siya ang problema. So, dili problema ang institution of marriage, ang problema ang nisulod sa kaminyoon. Kay dunay nisulod sa kaminyoon nga nabuwasot trapod. Nisulod sa kaminyoon kay ari nabuntis magud nako akong uyab pader. Unya ang akong kaning ugangan pader kay masuko man di nako pakaslan na akong uyab. Unya, what is at stake? The sacrament of marriage, the union. So mao na siya ang tan-awon nga to solve the problems encountered those who enter into marriage is not a divorce. Is not divorce ang solution. Kung mao ni ang divorce noon, you are making the problem escalate, spread all over. Pananglitan, if I am a divorcee, magminyo kog lain. Tungod kay ang problema dili ang kaminyoon, ako ang problema. Pag-abot na ko sa second marriage, problema lang gihapon. Mo-apply na po kong divorce. Anywhere I go, if I am the problem, I brought with me the problem. It's not the institution of marriage that is problematic, but it is the person entering into marriage ang problematic. So, divorce is never a solution. Sumo na siya. Sumo na, pamalandungan nato ni Sagmaayo, kay the duty of each one entering into marriage is to save the marriage, to make this marriage relationship strengthened rather than weakened years after you receive the sacrament of matrimony. Pagkatapos, ang tutanawon nga, in marriage, there is the promise. What is the promise? Till death do us part. I will take you in sickness and in health, in good and in bad. Till death do us part. Wa pagani mo matay, nagbuwag na mo. Mao na siya ang promise. So, Ang problema dili ang institution, ako, ikaw nga mosulod niya ng maong kaminyoon. Busa ang solution must be addressing to the person, not to the institution. Now, kung ingon ini mga kaigsuonan, atong i-relate karon. Today is 36 years anniversary of EDSA revolution. What caused EDSA revolution and what is the aim of that EDSA revolution? The aim of EDSA revolution is to put an end to an oppressive leadership. To put an end. So, do not expect EDSA to plan the future, but it must be the anchorage, it must be the so-called, the basis of a new way of administration. So, kumao ni di ay, kumaingon ta nga EDSA, it is about ending a tyrannic administration by the time. Mitag, tyrannic, grabe naman na, Father, tyrannic. Ang EDSA is a people power. Nganong nag-alsa ang mga tao, kaya dili na nila maagwanta. For how many years, people opted to be quiet. They opted to be silent. But hindi na kaya. Kaya ni alsa ang EDSA. But the good thing for Filipinos, we love peace. Kaya we achieve EDSA Revolution 1, not by guns, not by blood, but by peace, by prayer. It was a miracle of faith. So mo na pagkanindot sa Pilipino kay we are peace-loving people and we achieve what we want to achieve through peaceful means. Unya karon moabot na po sa election. Kanida ang election pod mura po nig kaminyoon. Kung mapili ka, it is like marriage. You pledge, you promise to your country. Mo bitaw nga i-oath taking ang matag elected officials. And in your oath taking, remember it is a covenant that you serve the country and you follow the laws of the country. So kung mauni, election is like a marriage covenant. You are bound to stand and defend the Constitution of the Philippines, not according to what you like and what you want. Mo di ni siya. Busa mo bitaw nga moingon ta nga unconstitutional na siya. Kaya nga naman, dili man na mao imong gipanumpaan nga imong buhaton. Sumaw na siya nga mentag unconstitutional na siya. Unya to check the constitutionality or the abuses of these mga elected officials, the Commission on Human Rights is established. Now, we commonly misunderstood Human Rights Commission. O sa itong misunderstanding, tanang sayop o tanang krimen ihapak sa human rights. No. Ang mandato sa human rights mauni. Kung ang government officials maoy mag-abuso, ang mo-check sa iyaha ang human rights. Kung civilian mo abuso og civilian, ang mo-check sa iya police. So kung civilian to police, civilian to government officials, dili na sa human rights nga covered. Ang mandate sa human rights, kung ang opisyalis nga gitpili sa katawan mang-abuso sa katawhan, mang-abuso sa power, human rights enter. Kaya ang human rights is a watchdog of the government officials abusing their power. So mao na mga igsuon, malandong ta sa mga magpapili karon. Kinsa man ani nila ang obedient to the Constitution, obedient to the law of our country. Manindog kita mga kaigsuonan ug atong ipadayag ang atong mga pangaliya.